everybody, it's Margaret with Texas Gal Treasures, and I am bringing you my weekly sales report. This is actually a 2-week sales report because we've been in the throes of summer, and last Monday I was at my sister's in Kerrville. I started to do the weekly sales report when I got home Wednesday, and I just scrapped the idea and thought I'm just going to do a big one. So it's a 2-week one, and buckle up, we're going to go for a ride. We had a number of good sales. I made my goal over the summer was $200 a week. So I definitely made that. And so here we go. These are the things that sold. This is a cool stone ring. I got this at the auction. It was in a lot of, it was labeled costume jewelry rings. But this one, and there was another one that I saw that I thought, those are a little different. They're not what like you would typically think of as costume jewelry, and so I'm glad I did. I was running a sale the week that this sold, and it sold for $61.19. When I averaged out all the costume jewelry rings, it ended up being about $1.10. So after shipping and fees, this one brought in $50.47. Next, we have got this. Definitely is a costume jewelry. It was like a gold tone bangle, and I've had it for a while. And then this one sold for $16.14. Again, I had a sale running, so I ended up making $10.88 on this bracelet. And here we have, I just got these in a garage sale haul not that long ago, these Lennox Hostess serving sets. And this one, I got the pair for $1. And they sold for $33.99. So after shipping and everything, that brought in $23.10. Next, this was another one that I got just recently when I was in Kerrville with my sister. These RKO radio cards, playing cards. I bought them for $1, and they sold. I took a best offer of $10 on them. So after everything, I net $4.62. There are some in this one that the net's smaller, but it all adds up, right? And then this is another one that I got just recently. It's a kit, and it's a little witch, and she's super cute. And let's see, I took a best offer of her for $8, which was a big, but anyway, I bought her for 25 cents, and so my net on her was $4.46. So, I mean, I try to get my net to be at least $5 if possible, but, you know, it happens. It doesn't happen. Sometimes you're willing to take a best offer on things. Here we have this pretty ballerina doll. She was really tall, too, really pretty. This was one of my grandmother's dolls. I took a best offer on her of $45 because I've had her forever, and the dolls just don't sell like you would want them to. So after shipping and fees, I net $27.14. And then again, some fabric that I picked up recently. This one I ended up getting it for $25. It sold, it was on the sale, $25.59. So after shipping, fees, and everything, it was $27.14. No, that's wrong. I'm reading the wrong line. That was the doll. The net on this one was $19.77. And once again, I like to say, you know, where I hear different things, and I went to start looking through the fabric section when I was watching Thrifty Business with Jay and Nay, and Nadine buys fabric. And so I started going, just kind of looking through the fabric section to see if I see anything interesting or different. I don't know a ton about it, but this was in, you know, and there was a few of these that were like they're cut and sew type little doll dresses, and then there was some Care Bear fabric that I knew was really cool, so went for it. So that's where I got that. Let's see, what's next? Okay. I picked up some stamps, and this one I was in the car. My husband was driving. We were on a road trip, and I'm like, I'm listing these stamps. So you can see, this is my blue jeans in the background. Is that bad? Maybe that's bad. But that's what I did, and I got them listed. But where is it? So the sale was going on. They sold for $5.59. I bought it for 50 cents. So my net was $1.99. But still, it's almost, it's $2. This was when I don't normally list mobily on my phone. And so I was just trying it out. I'm like, let me see if I can list these stamps, just using my phone. And so, it's $2. Like I say, you know what I can do with $2? Right? A lot. So here's another one of my grandmother's dolls. This little fella, he's kind of interesting. He's I don't know how to describe him. He's got like a plaster over his face. You can see where there's like a chip on his nose, and like one of his ears is chipped. And then the body is fabric. He's supposed to be a leprechaun, but he's a little strange. But anyway, I took a best offer of $16 on him, and so after shipping and fees, I net $10.91. And this is one of the ones when I pulled it out to ship to get it ready for shipping. Usually my sons are like, "Are you selling that? Don't sell that." And they see this and they're like, "Are you selling that? Good." So they were happy to see that go. And then here we have got another Littlest Pet Shop. I picked it up in a bag full of Littlest Pet Shop stuff from the thrift store. So it all ended up being about 50 cents a piece. And this one sold for $12.99, which net me $8.60. And I watched a video from Orange Elephant 523, I think that's the right number, that he put out on Littlest Pet Shop and what to look for. And so ever since then, I've really started looking at them more. Usually dogs, cats, and then you have to pay attention to the little shape in their eyeballs. So that's good to know, just to keep your eyes out. And then I lot up the rest and I sold the rest that wasn't for anything. Okay, these are my Etsy sales. There's been a lot of talk lately about Etsy, and I do about half and half in my business, eBay and Etsy, and I know some part, like in the UK, it really hasn't taken off that much. And then some people in the US are starting to dabble with it, but it takes time for it to become established. But I'm glad that I do both, because sometimes one is good. I'm having a good week on Etsy and a bad week on eBay and vice versa. So it's just nice. I like it. So here we have got a gray rhinoceros tie. And this one, my number's down here. Let me get them all. Oh, now it got messy. How did I know that? It was going to happen. I knew it. Look at my bad attitude today. It's the first day of school. Can I digress for a minute? It's the first day of school. Deep breath. Okay, so it should be a joyous time for me. But, okay, so I walk the kids in, and my kindergartner, my brand new, my little one is going to kindergarten, and like he didn't want to hold my hand walking down the hallway. And then he went in and he sat in his seat, and I'm like, "Don't you want to hug goodbye? Don't you want to hug?" And he's like, "Okay," and then he just like did that like lean into me, like not even a hug, and I'm like, "Wait, no, I expect this from your big brother, not from my baby." So if I don't have my the pep in my step, it's because my baby broke my heart this morning. He wants to grow up. He wants to grow up and be the big brother. But anyway, where was I? How did I get off? Oh gosh. Oh, that's right. I was having a bad attitude. That's right. Anyway, we're going to make cookies when they get home off the bus. We're going to make cookies, and then they're going to love me again. Okay, so, oh gosh. All right, so here we have this rhinoceros tie that's sold. And again, if you know me, I like to get the biggest ROI possible, return on investment. So I don't like to spend a lot of money. And they were actually just talking about this last night on the R show, Golden Finger Picker in Alabama. It's Dusty, and I can't think of his call name. Sorry. About how sometimes you've got to spend money to make money, and once you have that capital built up and you're able to, and it's just really hard for me. So I spent $4 on this tie, which from now, like, what was I doing? And it's $4, whatever. But it's just hard for me to spend that much money on stuff unless I know it's gonna. Sorry about that. Unless I know for sure that I'm really gonna, usually it's like jewelry or something that I am positive is going to make me a good return. And with ties, you just, I mean, I haven't figured out that puzzle yet with the clothing and the ties and stuff. So anyway, golly, look at me digress. No, I'm not. I'm still talking about reselling. It's good. It's good. All right, $4 I spent on this tie. It sold for $19.99, and this was when I was trying out free shipping on Etsy, and I didn't go back and take them all off. Every now and then, if I catch one, I'll fix it because the fees are different. And then also on Etsy, there's not a search feature for only include things that have free shipping, like there is on eBay. So this one was free shipping. So my net here was $12.20, which is pretty good, I think. All right, let's go. Next up. Now this one I almost kept because I love horseshoes. It's just a thing. I don't know. So the silver setting was sterling silver, and then it has these pretty little like crystals in it. And this one I picked up in a lot, and it all averaged out to be about $2.83 a piece. This sold for $34.99, also with free shipping, because it was what I just said. And so my net here was $27.40. See, when I look at it and I'm thinking, oh, that's so cute, I would like to have kept that. And then I see $27.40. I'm like, yeah, I'm good with that. I'm glad it sold. All right, so next up, this was one of my grandmother's dolls as well, and I think he's so cool. He's got this like wooden body, really nicely carved wood, and then his arms are this like not twine but rope, and then he's got these it's really cool detailing, and he's got like rabbit fur hair and leather hat and this like cool wood like burning on his little pack, and just a cool looking doll, and you could tell he's good quality. So anyway, where did he go? Where are your numbers? Are you backwards now? Oh dear, here you are. He sold for $29.99, and so with shipping and fees, I net $28.30. I've had people ask me like, how do you have sometimes the profit ends up being more than the price because the shipping that was charged. Etsy does their fees and things differently. So the reason that I make so much money here, I'll even show you. So here he is. Purchase price $0. He sold for $29.99. I charged $4 shipping. Now, if I end up charging more than $2 over, it ends up being a $2 difference, I generally will refund because I don't know. I just feel better about it. But here you can see, it was $3, so it was not that much more. It's just the fees and the profitability on Etsy is way more than it is on eBay. I'll just leave it at that. Anyway. I'm all over the place today, but that's okay, right? It's the first day of school. Oh. Did I even tell you my profit? Oh, yeah, I did. Okay. Man. Okay, so here we go. Another one of these, there's like a collar pin that goes on the shirts. This one I picked up. I put here that I spent 10 cents on it, rather, but truly it's less because I got a baggie, and there were 3 of these in there, and the whole baggie was 10 cents. So really it was like 3 or 4 cents for this. But it sold for $19.99. Again, this was when I was doing free shipping, so my net there was $16.01. I like that stuff. And then this one I've had for a little while as well. I've had it here. I put it in my booth. It's been, kind of all over the place. I thought it was so cool when I bought it. I bought it in New Orleans when my husband and I went for our 10th anniversary and my 40th birthday last year. And I just thought for sure, someone was going to snap it up. But they didn't. It took a while. And so anyway, I bought this for $2. Of course, in New Orleans, I was like, we've got to go to garage sales and look around, right? Anyway, $2. I sold it for $15. And here again, I need to get onto this because look here. See, I thought the shipping was going to be way more than it was, so I charged them $8 shipping, and the shipping only cost $3.63. So I need to go back and refund them some money. If I haven't already, I have to double check. But you can see how now my profit is $15.70 because the shipping charge, was more. So that's how that worked. Somebody sent me a message the other day. She's like, "You're doing some government math there. How can your How can your profit be more than what you charged? Like, that's how. So, public school education. No, that's really why. Because I need to go back and give them some of their money back. I need to check because I think I did. There was another one I know I did this week. Anyway, gosh, I'm all over the place. Okay, here are these again. You know how much I love selling these accordion wall hooks. And this one went like to Oslo, so it went overseas. And I have like 7 of them in the other room that need to be listed. But all I can say is summertime. The kids have been, kids everywhere. So back to school, that's the good thing. My kids don't want to hold my hand in the hallway or give me hugs, but I will now be able to start listing again. Okay, so here we go. Vintage accordion hooks. I spent $2 on this one. It sold for $24.99, and after shipping and fees, I net $22.41. So they paid, almost as much as it cost to purchase this in shipping to ship it, because it cost, where was it? It cost $17.91 to ship it. So pretty cool. Gosh, I feel like I'm all over the place. I told you what I profited, right? $22.41. That's right. Okay. And then here's some more fabric. This was the Care Bear fabric that I saw when I was looking in the fabric section. And there are these like cut and sew pillows. You just have to cut them out, and then you stuff them, and then you sew it together, and they're super cute, right? So these ones I bought for 25 cents. They sold for $16.99. Look at my email here. You see all that up there? I am okay. Go away, email notifications. Thank you. $16.99 is what they paid. And so after shipping and fees, here we go again. I get a lot of questions about the Etsy fees. I mean, I'm telling you, the fees it's like 20 cents to list, and it's like 3.25% of the profit. So you get so much more of your money. They paid $4. Here it is. This is what I paid for it. They paid $16.99. They paid $4 to ship it. It cost me $2.13 to ship it. So my profit was $16.94 because there was a little bit extra there on the shipping that went into the profit, and because Etsy doesn't take a big cut, you get more of your money out of it. So I know I keep hounding, not hounding on it, but like I keep mentioning it because I get a lot of questions about that. Like, how is that possible? How can you make that much money? Because, nobody's mean about it or anything, but anyway, I just want to let you know that's what it is. So, okay, here is a sugar shaker. My grandmother, as you know, I've mentioned, she collected sugar shakers, napkin holders, and dolls, things like that. And so this was one of her sugar shakers, nice crystal, sterling silver top, really pretty. So I've had it for a long time. Silver plate here. Okay. I feel like I'm going too fast. So spent $0 on this. They spent $60 on this, and so after shipping and fees and everything, I net $57.78. And then this little fella, I also got in a lot at the auction, little bone carved elephant, and I have learned on eBay, you have to be careful, even if you know it's not ivory and you want to list it and it's a bone piece. They will, pull it down. You have to know what animal the bone is from and be able to prove it. And it's really, really strict on eBay about bone, ivory, that kind of thing. So I had it on eBay and they got pulled down, and I was like, but it's not ivory, it's bone. And I called and they were like, well, it's because what animal? Prove it. What animal is it from? I don't know. Anyway. So it stayed on Etsy, and that's where it sold. So he was $3, and for me, $3. They spent $14.99 on him, and so I net $11.93. And then finally, I'm probably gonna have to put a cut from when I found these ones. These Basset Hound Banks sold. I got them at a church garage sale, I guess rummage sale is what you call it, and I was singing a song in the in the haul video for that because there's a movie called Best in Show. It's a Christopher Guest movie. You know, he did Spinal Tap and those, and his character's got this basset hound, bloodhound or something, and he's singing, and I don't know. Anyway, it's a good movie, and it reminded me of him, which makes me smile. So they were 75 cents a piece, which was $1.50. So then they sold for $39.99. This is one where I goofed. I charged $9 shipping, but the shipping ended up being more. The shipping was $10.72. So my net after everything was $33.45. And those are the items that sold. So let's take a look at the numbers. There's a lot of items that sold. So let me scoot me over a little bit. So here's what I spent. My purchasing throughout, to get all these items was $21.28. And then my profit, my net after everything was $403.08. That's for 2 weeks now, not for one. And then the average price per item was $20.19. So pretty good. Met my goal of $200 a week, and that is good. I'm going to see about raising my goal. It's going to take me time to ramp back up and get into the swing of things. I now have 2 students in school that I'm going to be volunteering at school, so we'll see how that goes. We'll see how we juggle all of that. But I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to catching up on, there's a lot of YouTube channels I like to watch, and I feel like I haven't been able to watch as many. I feel like I haven't been able to make as many videos about things that I want. Listing, for some reason, I've still found time to do the shopping and the sourcing, but the listing, the photographing has been sort of scattered. Funny that I can still shop though. Anyway, all right, thanks so much for watching, you guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. Leave me a comment down below. I try to respond to everybody. Sometimes they slip through the cracks, and I'll catch it a week later. What else was I going to say? If you're on Periscope, hopefully my Periscopes I was pretty good about it for a little while, and then I, got too busy. So I'm going to start my Periscopes up again, which can be really, I'm going to put that at the end. Let's just say, I'll tack that at the end, because there was a Periscope that I did where there's no editing. That's the thing. There's no editing. It's live. So sometimes things come out of my mouth that I just can't cut it out of the video like I can with YouTube. So, all right, Periscope, all over the place. Facebook, I'm starting my Instagram. I think I have a photo up there. Twitter, I may have to give up. I don't know if I can handle it all. But anyway, thanks so much for watching, and make sure you go out and enjoy yourselves, everybody. And I'm so happy to be back. I mean, I know I've made videos, but I feel like now I'm really back because I have more time, and I'm rambling. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. Go out and enjoy yourselves, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hey you guys, I'm uploading this video, and there's a couple clips that I wanted to share. They were done on Periscope, so if you see me talking to people that aren't there, if you're on Periscope, when people come in to watch you live, it shows who they are, and oh hey, random guy in the background. My kids are playing, so I have like 2 seconds. I'm telling you, this summer has been crazy. But anyway, so I'm maybe responding to people that are leaving comments on the Periscope that you don't see. Or when people pop in, I might be talking to them. Or was that Thrifty Picker? Oh, hey, Angie. Okay. Confession time. Confession time. If you watched my last Periscope, you will know that it didn't go so great. It didn't. So I was on my way. I was outside of the library going to my book club, and I keep telling everybody I'm trying to figure out this whole Periscope thing. I do YouTube videos so I can edit them, and my my last one ended up with me with me going abort, and like canceling out, stop, because I was in the moment, and I tried like an a cappella rendition of Hall & Oates classic, "You Making Me, You Making My Dreams Come True," and it was bad. So see, on the YouTube video, I could edit that out, and it just didn't. So poor people that were watching me yesterday. Sorry, so sorry, and I will just do my best to not let it happen again. But anyway, the thrift haul. Hey, I'm determined to make this Periscope thing work, you guys. I'm trying to figure out, like, I do pretty good, like I make videos for YouTube, and then when I get on like live on Periscope, I never know what to say, or I get all tongue-tied, or I do really super, even more goofy things than normal. And then also, like, I gotta figure out how to hold it. Hey, okay, so here's what I was thinking. I was gonna tell you about my dream last night because it was really weird. And then just, I don't know, I've got to figure out, like, what I'm going to, you know, I guess people just Periscope whatever, and they talk about whatever. And I did a garage sale this weekend, so that was fun. Anyway, the dream. So, if you don't know me very well, I really like Rick Moranis, and he hasn't been in any movies in a really long time, but I think he's just, like, super funny actor, and, you know, just goofy, hilarious. And, you know, Spaceballs, Ghostbusters, his roles in those just, like, kill me. I just die. So anyway, my dream last night, I was at a party and he was there. And I was trying, like, so hard to play it cool and be like, "Hey man, how's it going?" And not just be freaking out like, "Oh my gosh," you know. But then I ended up getting weird in the party, and like he realized that, like, you know, of course I knew who he was. And then he would like go to a different room, and then I would just like slowly like find myself in that room too, and like in my mind I'm like, don't be weird, and I just kept being weirder and weirder. What do you make of that dream? Like, what is that all about? So,